Hey guys, what's going on? OGnick bringing you guys another division video, and today guys, I'm bringing you my second build of the update of 1.6, and that is my all gold build that has been my favorite build ever since it was able to be made with the Skull MC gloves and all of that. So it's definitely my favorite build right now that we're using Last Stand and DZ and PvE sometimes too, just because of one talent and one piece of gear that I will be talking about in a future video. Just on its own, I think is a amazing talent that I think everyone should use. So, anyways, guys, let's get right into it. So, with this build, you can see I'm rocking a lot of firearms, 7,200 firearms, 362k toughness, 118k skill power, Barrett, Specialized, Skull MC, Nimble, Shortbow, Tenacious. Now, the first thing that people are gonna wonder is why am I running combo toughness with this? I wanted to go not glass cannon per se. Just I really wanted to hit hard. So I wanted to be able to hit hard but still not get hit that hard back. So I think this is what these weapons allow me to do and my talents allow me to do, is to do this in every way. Now with Barrett, this is the same Barrett as last patch, except I have changed protection from elites that was there to exact damage resilience because I feel like it's really necessary to have. Really nice to have against short bows, against seekers, sticky bombs, fire shirts, all sorts of stuff. So that's why I have that there, guys. 15k health, 46% ammo capacity. It has a 1208, I believe, firearm roll on there. I've got 2 firearm mods on here as well with health, as all the mods I have on here. Not the greatest here, but they have firearms on there, so it makes do with what I got there. Now, they did nerf Barrett a little bit with the armor. Instead of 20%, it's 10% now. I think it was necessary, so I'm okay with that. I don't use it for the skill cooldown. I kind of use it for the armor, but not too much. I use it for the damage increase by 5%, because increasing as much damage as I can is definitely useful. Because I'll show you a little bit of what I kind of do and why I use certain things that you do just to maximize my damage. Now, as you can see, I have 2 more vests here. That's because these 2 I use, which is Rapid and Vigorous, I'll use in exchange for Barrett if I get into a lobby where they have heavy DPS players and I'm getting melted. Because I do die kind of quick sometimes, depending on who I'm playing against. I have pulled out 1v2s with these builds, with this build. It's just sometimes I can't. So I switch to these builds that have a lot more armor, as you can see, by over 200. And they have better stats, for the most part, in pretty much every category. So that's the reason why I have these 2. I'll switch if it need be. I like Rapid a lot. If you prefer Rapid, honestly, I kind of do too a little bit at times, because decreasing your cooldown for 15% on your heals is extremely useful, especially on a DPS build where your cooldowns are a lot longer. So decreasing them by 15% is really nice to have, and I think a really good tactic to use. And Vigorous is nice if you're running in a group and you have a really strong healer in your team that has booster. They can pretty much overheal you with it too. So that's where I run that, is when I'm with a group. So like I say, guys, that's why I have 3 of them. I use them all. So pick one that suits you. I use them in very situational things. Rapid's the one I kind of gravitate a little bit more to, just as a safe bet. But Barrett is really, really strong to have for me because I love being able to hit harder. So again, kind of find what your niche is, kind of find what you like, and choose from there, guys. As far as the backpack, we have a specialized backpack here with about 13k health, 16% bleed resistance, which I was with ammo capacity. But this had about, I believe, skill power on here. So I switched that out for health and put, I switched that out and put health on here. 267 firearms, 3,132 health on here as well. We got 2 performance mods of 6% first aid self heals on here. Yeah, it kind of sounds kind of selfish, but as a DPS build like this, I'm not going to have a lot of electronics, so I need as much healing for me as possible. Yeah, maybe if that's selfish, I don't know. But it's kind of what I need, so that's why I use that. My Skull MC gloves, 988 armor roll. We've got 1252 stamina, assault rifle damage, enemy armor damage, and critical hit chance. This was how it was changed for me when the patch came out. Wish enemy armor damage was something else, like critical hit damage, because I use an SMG, would be absolutely amazing, but I have enemy armor damage instead. It works, I guess. Not the greatest, though. They're good gloves, don't get me wrong. It's just I kind of wish I could have changed that for critical hit damage or SMG damage, something along those lines. But still pretty good gloves here. High rolls and everything else that really matters. So really good rolls there, guys. Tenacious mask here, guys. Love Tenacious. Pretty much, if you're using all gold, you should be using Tenacious, in my opinion. 986 armor right here, guys. We've got a 3% critical hit chance and 10% damage to elites. reason I changed the firearms is because critical hit chance is fine for me. I'm comfortable with that. I honestly would have liked it if it would have been exact damage resilience a little bit. But critical hit chance is really nice. And since I have exact damage resilience on my vest, I kind of was okay with it. And plus my firearm roll was I believe a stamina roll. And it was a really, really low stamina. So I just kind of switched it over anyways. So it's kind of what I did there. 10% damage release as well. Pretty nice to have, I guess, if I'm ever in a situation to PvE. Or again, like I said, last stance, perfect for those situations. My prototype firearms mod is a 265 firearms, 3,000 health in here. Not a bad roll there at all. Short bow knee pads, 1,500 armor, 1175 stamina. Not the greatest roll, but again, have to make do with what I got. 15k health, almost 16k. Shock resistance, which is really, really good. I love that. Disorient resistance, which is decent. I again wish it was a bleed. And 14% damage to elites. I have kind of a lot of damage to elites on here for PvP build. But again, I can't really change that too much. It is nice though, again, for last stand, because I kind of have best of both worlds. So if you look at it in that sense, it's actually really good. And firearm mod, again, 267, 3,200 health. And again, a 6% first aid self-heal, guys. Pretty good rolls on here. Again, stand roll is kind of low. Wish that was higher. And wish maybe I had disorient resistance to be bleed or burn. Because there's going to be a lot of fire crests, I feel. Especially in last stand, defending objectives. So, it's kind of what I went with there. And here, the most important piece that I will be using in a new build. I won't even talk about it here. A 959 armor roll, 1268 firearms, 1216 stamina, 1215 electronics. Really good rolls there, guys. Nimble. I love Nimble. Nimble is by far what you should be running on DPS build, I think, personally. Because our heals suck as a DPS build, pretty much. And if you're not running in a group, or if you're running in a group and for whatever reason none of you guys have skill builds, this will literally save your life. And I usually run this anyways because in the case of my skill build guy dying for getting focus fired from a team that knows who it is, this is nice to have because you can pretty much nimble back and forth. And it works well with attack advance, which is what I am using with this. Again, I didn't think about using it, but my buddy Neil, huge supporter of me, guys. He's been helping me with some of these builds, kind of give me a second opinion. Because, like, there's times where you make a build, but, you think it's perfect, then they'll kind of point out a flaw in it, and you kind of have to work around it. So, he kind of pointed that out, that attack advance, I might as well be using attack advance, because I nibble a lot, and it actually works out really well. Now, I have 8k health in here as well. Not bad here. 6% first aid self here done well. Definitely a great holster, in my opinion. Now it comes down to the weapons. Yes, I'm using the Bullfrog. I think since they buffed the damage on it, yeah, it can be a little bit inaccurate, but like I feel like if you can have the right talents on it, you're gonna absolutely shred. 20% enemy armor damage, 21.7k at base, but with the boost, I've got 23 points. I know I had 24k. My bad. I got about 24k damage off base right there. 951 RPM and 61 bullets. Responsive, unforgiving, uncomplicated. Pretty basic here. It came with, I believe, like, commanding, unforgiving, uncomplicated, I believe. Don't quote me on that. And I put responsive on it because responsive, I'm going to be up close and personal anyways. And unforgiving is extremely nice to have, especially in a meta where you die kind of quicker as a DPS build. So it'll just honestly make me even stronger. And once I get to that second segment loss, literally I will shred anything because 25% more damage with 24k at base, with nimble, like not with nimble, with attack advance, with like anything like that, literally is insane. So that's why I use that. Uncomplicated, obvious reasons, it's amazing. So that is my Bullfrog, 427k DPS at base. I don't really looked at that, but people like numbers, so there's a number. We've got a mag size of 103.5, reload speed of 4.5. Rate of fire at 5.7. Some people will question me on that and why not use crit chance, crit damage, and stuff like that. I like reload speed and I like rate of fire, even on the Bullfrog, because to me, the faster the better. Especially in a situation where you're DPS, but you got to put down guys as quickly as possible. Especially in last stand, if you get into a situation to 1v2 in a add B flag or B area, you kind of need to be able to do that. So that's why I use that. My optic is a 18% headshot damage, 4% critical hit damage, and 2.5% stability. I don't like the stability on there because you kind of lose my damage a little bit, but 18% headshot damage is extremely nice to have. That's why I use it. And the critical hit damage isn't bad either whenever I do crit with it. My muzzle is pretty much, I love it. It's pretty much God tier here in my opinion. 18.5% headshot damage, 4% critical hit damage, 3% critical hit chance. Love this muzzle. I've had it for a while now. My go-to for any build, pretty much, when I'm using. If I can use it, I use it. Definitely great. And my barrel, I do have stability here because I like the ability to not aim like I'm ass. So that's why I have the stability here. Plus 4.5% reload speed combos well with the mag. So it gives me, I believe, a total of 8%, 9% reload speed. Really nice to have. And more critical hit damage just to keep stacking that. And yes, I do have a buyable camo. Let me know if it's sick. It's like purple tiger. And then the AUG. I think the AUG is the best SMG right now. It hits hard. It has decent RPM too. If you want to raise it, I think it's the best right now. Again, there could be more testing done, but for me in DPS build, I like the AUG personally. More comfortable, more accurate than the Navy and P5 in my opinion. So I just kind of prefer it. Plus I have better rolls on here. 21% critical hit chance, 22k damage, 725 RPM, and 54 bullets. My bad. Responsive, unforgiving, competence. The Holy Trinity pretty much right now. I get pretty much the same talents as my Bullfrog, except instead of unforgiving, I'm uncomplicated. So I basically only lose 5% damage when I use a skill. So again, responsive, amazing, up close. Unforgiving, amazing when you're getting hit, because you will get hit. And competent, you're going to be popping skills like a booster, which combos well with attack advance, leading you to like upwards of 30k. That's the other thing too, guys. On my Bullfrog, I've gone over 30k. Easy. Like, easily. So, I hit extremely hard with this. On the attachments here, I've got 117.5% mag size with critical hit chance, critical hit damage of 3 and 4%. I got an optic of 18% critical hit damage, 6% headshot damage, 2.5% critical hit chance. A muzzle of 7% critical hit chance, 4% critical hit damage, 6% headshot damage. And a underbarrel of 17% critical hit damage, 4.5% optimal range, and 4.5% reload speed. I like reload speed personally, one of my favorites. And optimal range, it's actually, I like it because, especially in Last Stand, you're going to have a little bit longer gunfights than usually in the DZ, because you actually have to defend objectives and go towards objectives. So I kind of like that for situations where someone's a little bit further away. Gives me a couple more meters to get my shots off and get on them. Anyways, as far as my talents and stuff, on my AUG, I have a critical hit chance of 42%, 68% critical hit damage, 62% headshot damage, and then 18 meters range, 4.5% reload speed. And then as far as my actual person, I got max health about 249k, armor of 31.21%, and damage to elites, I have like 25%, I think, or 24%. ADR, my bad, 10%, bleed resistance 16%, distortion resistance 29%, shock resistance of 32%. On my Bullfrog, run over some stats with you guys here. Let me grab it, please. There we go. All right, 11.5% critical hit chance, 37% critical hit damage, 112% headshot damage, 15% stability on here. 9% reload speed on here as well. Brings my reload time down to 2.2 seconds. Again, pretty much the same stats along there. And as far as skills, guys, my booster does about 69k for me, 55k for teammates. And I use a support station at Last Stand. Again, my buddy Neo kind of made a good point. Having 2 heals in there is more important than having just a booster. So I usually use this just to pop it, put it down, pop it for a good heal. So it's kind of what I use there. As far as talents, though, I use critical save, attack advance, precision, and one is none. The reason I'm not using combat mag here is because half the time my teammates aren't with me or they die. I don't know if it's you guys, but I'm getting really bad teammates. But anyways, if I am with a group though, I'll get rid of one is none for combat medic. It's just in the situation I'm in. But this is like if you're going full DPS, you don't really care. But more so, I will just put on critical save. The reason I don't have on the move is I haven't been seeing it proc for me. Maybe it's just random. Maybe it's just like randomly happening just to me. I haven't been seeing it proc, so maybe it's just me. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Also, guys, thank you guys so much for getting me over 1k views on my Reclaimer build in less than 24 hours, guys. That was insane. It was a big surprise for me, guys. That video went over really well with you guys. We're literally on the verge of 400 subscribers, guys, so I really appreciate everything you guys have done for me. Also, quick shout out to my buddy Gizmo Rules. He's doing more Rainbow Six Siege videos and trying to do operator in depths and stuff like that, gameplays like that. He does have a 1v5 ace on there. He has a few of those. He has a Jackal review and stuff like that. Go check him out. Link below in the description. We've been friends for a few years now. And so yeah, just go check him out, guys. Let me know what you guys think about him. And then yeah, hope you guys enjoy. List down in the comments below what videos you want to see next. And yeah, have a good day, guys. I'm TheRealOGnick, and I'm out. Peace. Yo.